We begin with that rare interview with former Congressman Paul Ryan. It happened just hours after Republicans in Madison approved a forensic audit of Wisconsin's 2020 presidential election. The former House Speaker telling our Kent Wainscott tonight there should be no question that President Donald Trump lost.
President Trump lost the election. Joe Biden won the election.
Even as Wisconsin Republican lawmakers launch a forensic audit of the 2020 election, former House Speaker Paul Ryan believes it's time for his party to move past the false claim that the election was stolen from Donald Trump.
President Trump continues to insist that the 2020 election was rigged and that he, in fact, won.
It was not rigged. It was not stolen. Donald Trump lost the election. Joe Biden won the election. It's really clear.
So the fact that we continue to have election audits...
He exhausted his cases. He exhausted the court challenges. None of them went his direction. And so he legitimately lost. Is there mischief and shenanigans in elections? Sure. Is there fraud? Yes. Was it organized to the extent that would have swung the Electoral College in the presidential election? Absolutely not.
Once the nation's highest-ranking Republican, Ryan now sees the continued support for Trump and his agenda dividing and damaging the party.
I think it's a big mistake for the Republican Party to be a party about a person or a personality. So I think we'll just keep losing if we wrap ourselves around one person. We have not lost this much this fast in a long, long time.
But I asked whether Ryan would consider running for the White House in 2024.
I like being where I am right now, a private citizen with a great family life, working on some big ideas at think tanks and teaching young minds at Notre Dame.
You don't see yourself on a ballot again?
Oh, not presently, I don't. Who knows what the future holds down the road, but nothing in the near future, that's for sure.
Ryan says he's optimistic that the Republican Party will unify and be successful, and he says it's young voices in the party that will allow Republicans, in his words, to move beyond Donald Trump. In Janesville, I'm Kent Wainscott, WISN 12 News.
Ryan made several trips to Afghanistan during his time in Congress. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll have his thoughts on the withdrawal of U.S. troops and the Afghan refugees arriving in Wisconsin.